A day after her baby shower, Justina Garcia started to feel COVID symptoms. For the safety of her unborn child, she decided to get checked.
I went into GMH on September 6th, and I went in initially because I wasn't feeling her move. I went in just to be safe, and when I went in, I was already experiencing like flu-like symptoms. So I never thought it was like COVID or anything. So I went in, they tested me, came back positive. They told me to go home, quarantine for 10 days, and I was in contact with public health. A couple of days later, my symptoms got worse.
Due to COVID symptoms, Garcia was admitted into GMH for her and her daughter's well being.
I lost my sense of taste and smell, and I had really bad body aches. So I went back again on September 11th, and I went to the labor and delivery ward, and they told me that I had to have an emergency C-section because the baby's heart rate was dropping.
Garcia recalls waking up after the C-section, intubated.
My first thought was, where's my baby? Like, what happened? Like, why am I here? And I was just trying to recall everything that happened. And then the nurses, a doctor came in, and he was just explaining everything to me. And I was just really just freaked out. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't get in contact with my family at the time. So the nurses and the doctors were there initially when I woke up. But it was just a really scary experience.
For more than 6 weeks, Garcia was in the hospital recovering.
I was in ICU, and I had all these like tubes, and I was attached to a machine, and I felt really like out of it. I was heavily sedated.
After being detached from the tubes and going through physical therapy to walk again, Garcia was able to go home on November 13th.
They had to test me twice for COVID just to make sure that I was negative so that my family can come and see me. So when the second test came back negative, I was like, okay, call my mom. I was like, call my mom. I need her here now. And my mom came in when, we got that test. It was a sense of relief that I was COVID free, but at the time I didn't know if my daughter was COVID free until my mom told me.
Garcia and her daughter are both COVID free and urges residents to consider getting the vaccine.
I'm not trying to say if you don't get vaccinated, this is going to happen. You're going to land where I was. That's not the case. I would just say for those, it would be a good idea to consider it, not for your safety, but the safety of others.
Garcia plans to get vaccinated. As for her daughter, she hopes a vaccine for infants will be made soon. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.